Right here tonight, you just watched what we all watched here tonight, and it is one for the history books, the longest State of the Union speech in history, 1 hour, 48 minutes, delivered by President Donald Trump. Good evening, everybody, and thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'm Doug Proffitt. Kentuckiana reacts tonight to President Donald Trump getting applause and chants of protest tonight at the State of the Union. Democrats pushed back as he told them they were destroying the country.
You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities.
He also took time to push the SAVE Act, the federal law that would require voters to provide proof of citizenship at the time of registration and a photo ID at the time of voting. The Save America Act has passed the U.S. House, but not the U.S. Senate. Our local reaction to the State of the Union from 2 Kentucky Democrats and 2 Republicans is coming up. But first tonight, we move to job cuts and bigger class sizes in Spencer County, Kentucky. The preliminary changes are coming to the Spencer County School District after a $1.5 million mistake. That's right, mistake found in the district's financial budget. WHAS11 team's Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Aspen Hester take us there for the vote tonight.
The Spencer County Board of Education voted to eliminate positions and reorganize the central office in order to help compensate for a $1.5 million in revenue they thought they had, but don't.
You're going to get me there. Sorry.
Tammy Mormon is a Spencer County mental health practitioner, a role that could be on the chopping block.
This one's close to my heart because I really do feel like that God dropped me in this county.
The grant money that pays for most of Mormon's salary is ending, and mental health practitioners are not part of the district's budget.
We don't have a lot of resources here, and that's what makes having mental health therapists in the school that much more important.
Without the mental health practitioners in our school system, I would not have access to the therapy and the tools that I needed. I can say confidently, without those supporters, I would likely not be standing here today.
The board voted to approve preliminarily cutting around 20 jobs due to the budget.
It has been painful. It continues to be painful, but we will get through the year.
In August, an error was found in the district's tentative budget, which was filed in May. $1.5 million recorded as revenue they don't have.
Something that we wanted to make sure we left no stone unturned.
Superintendent Dr. Willie Foster told us Monday it was a mistake, but a costly one. He recommended larger class sizes, job cuts, and consolidating central office positions to right the budget. Right now, 83% of the district's budget goes to personnel.
It's easy to use the word personnel, but these are human beings with real families and real homes and real jobs and real responsibilities.
A decision that has not come easy to the district.
I do think that they're listening. It's just we've been put in a pretty bad situation with this budget deficit.
But one teachers and students are hoping ends a different way. In Taylorsville with photojournalist Aspen Hester, I'm Alex Dieterer, the WHAS 11 night team on your side.
The board also voted to cut more jobs due to a decline in enrollment there in Spencer County. And again, this plan is just preliminary and not final yet. Well, let's turn live to our weather tonight. If you were outside earlier tonight, it was really pretty cold with a little strong winds. But guess what? Things have been warming up. A milder night ahead and a warmer rest of the week. Let's get a first look at our Wednesday weather for the morning. Our chief meteorologist, Mallory Schnell, is in the Weather Center right now. What about this, Mallory? Do we have quiet days ahead?
In general, we don't have any kind of big weather systems on the way this week, but we could have some light showers late tomorrow, especially to the south, and even Thursday's rain chances dialing back a bit. But yes, tonight it is milder. We have some breezier conditions coming in from the south and southwest, so temperatures have actually been rising. This is the warmest we've been all day, mid-40s across much of Kentuckiana. Our current wind gusts getting up to around 30 miles per hour or so in Louisville. So, of course, that is ushering in some of that warmer air. We're about 15 to 20 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. Now, you'll notice some activity on the radar, but for us, that green that you see over Kentuckiana not reaching the ground. We do have an approaching front that will become somewhat stationary tomorrow, and that could provide additional light shower chances. Otherwise, for your Wednesday, expect partly sunny skies with highs in the low to mid 50s. We'll talk much more about our rain chances for the rest of the week and when high temperatures could climb into the 60s. That's coming up in our 7-day forecast. Doug.
Mallory, thanks so much. Now let's pick up our local coverage of tonight's State of the Union, again making history for its length. WHAS 11 political reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez has been talking with 2 Kentucky Republicans and 2 Kentucky Democrats as the speech was underway.
Tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
President Donald Trump praising the economy in his second term, saying it's roaring like never before.
Gas is under $2, eggs are cheaper. I mean, all the kitchen table type measurements that I look at, we're in much better shape than we were a year ago.
Republican Kentucky Representative John Hodgson of Fisherville says he's seeing prices come down.
And the stock market's booming. People are investing in industry.
But Kentucky Democrats do not agree.
In Kentucky, we're certainly not feeling any kind of a turnaround.
State Representative Nima Kulkarni, a Louisville Democrat, says Trump painted an unrealistic picture in his State of the Union address.
And of course, we know the reality is that most Americans are not feeling that in their homes or in their pocketbooks.
Republicans like Congressman Thomas Massey watching from the House chamber. He posted this on X, making it clear he sat on the GOP side of the aisle. Dozens of Democrats like Congressman Morgan McGarvey chose not to attend the president's address. Trump promised he'll continue to push forward on his sweeping global tariffs, despite the Supreme Court saying that authority lies with Congress. He teased new strategies to impose the taxes.
They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved.
The Kentucky Democratic Party's Deputy General Counsel, Rick Adams, responding to that.
Our bourbon industry is suffering, our manufacturing is suffering, and if he wants to continue ahead and with these job-crushing tariffs and these price-raising tariffs, then he's going to own that, and the American people are going to suffer.
And Republican Senator Aaron Reed of Shelbyville tells me the headline of the speech for him comes down to this:
putting the lives of Americans over the lives of foreigners, whether it be the border or overseas. Americans first.
President Trump walking out of the House chamber, knowing the attention on the midterm elections will only go up from here. Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS11 on your side.
Also throughout the night, the ABC News political team was live fact-checking the president's speech. Here's just two of the facts that they've posted on the ABC News website. The Trump claim: in the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. End quote. ABC fact check: false, but crossings are down dramatically. Trump claim: my administration has proven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. ABC fact check: yes and no. Inflation has come down in recent months, but it hasn't led to the reduced prices across the board. Fact checks from abcnews.com tonight. Funeral arrangements in New Albany have been made public for 25-year-old Rondale Moore, the football standout who died over the weekend. He's being remembered as somebody who always gave back to his community and helped up-and-coming athletes. The visitation will be from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Thursday, March 5th at the Northside Christian Church. That's on Charlestown Road in New Albany. His funeral service will take place at 11 a.m. the next day on Friday at Northside Christian Church, with burial to follow at Fairview Cemetery in New Albany. Moore is survived by his parents and 3 siblings. As always, we do want to remind you, if you or anybody you know is struggling with any thoughts of self-harm or suicide, please call the number on your screen. Somebody that is there always to talk to you. That number is simply 988. Happening tonight, semi-trucks getting off the interstates in our town and then rumbling through Louisville neighborhoods as cut-throughs has residents fed up. This is a story we've been following closely and a 10-year-old problem in our city. Tonight was the last public input meeting held by the city and an engineering firm. They're looking at what's called a Freight Mobility Action Plan. The city asking people to identify semi-truck hotspots around town, especially where they see crashes. Old Louisville and Park Duval were mentioned. Metro Department of Transportation employee Dustin Duncan says the input is vital to the plan.
You hear trucks going through your neighborhood in the middle of the night that wake you up, if you have damage due to vibrations, if you have property damage due to trucks taking wide turns. Ultimately, we want to create a freight mobility action plan that will help us guide decisions on how to fix those issues.
The planning team will use the public comments to form a draft of the action plan. The next meeting is in the spring when they'll present the drafted plan with a period afterwards for amendments. The final plan is expected to be submitted this summer. Ahead on the night team, blind and visually impaired children in Kentuckiana aged 2 to 5 now have a brand new interactive space. We'll show it to you and take you to VIPS. It's not over yet. More snow is going to be sweeping through the New York region tomorrow, expected to complicate the shoveling and the cleanup in the Northeast. And so long to a Butchertown restaurant that had a loyal following and rave reviews. Chicken and Me says it's flying the coop, bowing out of their historic building on Saturday.
And here's a look at today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions $438 million, Powerball $218 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.